Daddy, how's your day?
Well, hey there, kiddo. My day was good. I helped pepperball a priest in the face. Hey, I got to point a loaded gun at a pregnant woman. I entered somebody's property without a warrant. I defied a judge's orders and denied due process to someone on American soil. And hey, I got to profile somebody just based on the color of their skin, unlike your friend's dad next door who did an honest day's work and is not embarrassed to show his face in public because he's a loser. Yeah, that is a brief clip from a powerful new ad that is out, and I will show you the whole thing shortly. We also need to highlight a college kid that got deported while heading to see family for Thanksgiving this week, even though a federal judge told ICE not to do any of that. And we're going to highlight some cases out of Colorado, which is why they are now demanding that ICE have a warrant to arrest people. What a concept. So hit subscribe to Really American Media as we dive into another episode of I Prefer My Ice Crushed, Thanksgiving edition, because ICE is thankful that they get to be cruel for a living. So, Ice Barbie and DHS keep bitching that there's a massive spike in violence and doxing of ICE agents, and that's why they have to wear masks and go all rogue out there. The same issue literally did not exist a year ago when Biden was president, and they're blaming all of us and not their own actions that have sparked all of this public outcry. It's like the abusive husband that can't figure out why the neighbors hate him after his wife shows up at the block party with a big black eye. And that logic is why the Women's March organization just put out this powerful new ad.
You will be caught, you will be removed, and you will never return.
Daddy, how's your day?
A mask can't hide you from your neighbors, your children, and God. They'll know. You can walk away before the shame follows you home.
Daddy, how's your day?
Well, sweet child of mine, today Daddy arrested a 19-year-old college kid on her way home from college to visit family for Thanksgiving, and I sent her ass to Honduras because we believe in law and order. Unless a judge tells us not to do it, then that's just some activist judge, and we're allowed to ignore him. More on that in a moment.
Well, Ed Maria, that 19-year-old is a freshman here at Babson College. Her lawyer says she came to the U.S. as a child and had no idea she had been ordered to leave the country until she was detained by ICE at the airport last week.
She left her things thinking she'd be back for 4 more years at Babson College.
Naina Gupta isn't the lawyer representing Annie Lucia Lopez Boloca, but helped the family friend who bought the Babson College freshman a plane ticket to surprise her parents in Texas for Thanksgiving.
When she got to the airport to board her flight, she was asked to step aside by federal agencies because they alleged that she had a final order of removal.
ICE says she was in the United States illegally and deported her to her native Honduras. In federal court paperwork filed by Lopez Boloca's lawyer last week after she was detained by ICE agents at Logan International Airport, he says his client was a child when she came to the U.S. with her family, never knowing she had been ordered to leave the country.
These are folks who may have received removal orders when they were little children and were never told.
Yeah, and since cruelty is the point, the mega maggots were very thankful to see this news pop up during Thanksgiving here in America with hate-filled bullshit comments like this online. Legal is illegal. Have a great time in your own country, ignoring the obvious reality that her home is here. Or heartless comments like, Thanksgiving is an American holiday. Her being a foreign national means she doesn't celebrate it. So to her, she just got deported in November. She got to go to her real home for the holidays. Now, first of all, she was literally going to see family to celebrate it, but More importantly, do these fucktards not understand that Thanksgiving is about a group of people illegally migrating to America and then being welcomed by those that were already here?
Lopez Baloca's lawyer says the now 19-year-old was just 8 when she entered the U.S. from Mexico in 2014 and was arrested by ICE that year, but released the next day on personal recognizance, saying at some point she and her family applied for asylum. He says she was unaware they'd been ordered to be removed from the U.S. in 2017. Now, immigration attorneys say it could be nearly impossible to bring Lopez Baloca back to the United States.
We can imagine that any effort to bring her home will be a fight.
Now, an ICE spokesperson says Lopez Baloca was ordered to leave the U.S. in 2015, saying she did enter illegally. Her attorney says she's now in a rural part of Honduras with extended family.
Yeah, so she woke up outside of Boston and is now sleeping in rural Honduras. And with zero empathy or understanding of the facts of this case, one person commented, "It's totally the fault of the student's parents. No blame on the government or the custom immigration agents who carried out the law." Oh, really? No blame for carrying out the law. Should there be any blame for ignoring a legal order? I mean, illegal is illegal, right? So mere hours after her detainment, court documents obtained by ABC News show that a federal judge ordered the government not to remove the 19-year-old from America and not to even transfer her outside of Massachusetts. They did both anyways. So please tell me, how is this not a constitutional crisis with the executive branch ignoring the judicial branch? They claim to have a zero-tolerance policy against lawlessness. And what, unless they do it? It's what a fucking king does. It's what a fascist does. Yet MAGA cheers for it with zero self-awareness or sense of irony. Someone needs to rein all this bullshit in. If only we had a system of checks and balances in this country.
Federal judge now ruling U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement does not have the authority to make warrantless arrest here in Colorado, effectively banning ICE from doing so right now. The decision comes from a lawsuit challenging warrantless arrest in the state that was filed by the ACLU and 2 Denver-based law firms on behalf of 4 people arrested by ICE without a warrant right here in Colorado. The lawsuit argues ICE is conducting indiscriminate stops and making arrests without determining a person's immigration status or flight risk. In a statement, ICE responded by saying each of the 4 cases mentioned in the lawsuit involves arrests where the person was not lawfully in the United States, and that ICE had facts that provided some reason to believe the person would be likely to leave before a warrant could be obtained.
Yeah, ICE is all bent out of shape because a federal judge wants them to follow the normal rules of due process. But ICE would rather pull you over based on the color of your skin and just do whatever the fuck they want. And they actually have the balls to say that these people would flee the country if they weren't arrested immediately, even though these people are here because they don't want to be in another country. And ICE is always talking about self-deportation, but they want to make sure that they get to violate your rights first. Because remember, don't ever forget, cruelty is the point of all of this. If the point was about enforcing the law, then obviously DHS would have no problem following the law themselves. And in case you think, well, hey now, Steve, I'm an American. ICE can't possibly violate my rights. I got nothing to hide. Well, oh, really? So what would you do if ICE forced their way onto your property? You told them to leave, and they said they would arrest you for defending your property and your rights. But hey, that would never happen in America, right?
This is her house.
I have a warrant with my own address. Do you want to see my mortgage? I own this house. I am upset because this is not.
You need a warrant. You need a warrant. You need a warrant. This is an illegal action without a warrant.
This is my property. You need a warrant.
You cannot trespass
You need a warrant.
on her property without a warrant.
The church, you can use that. That you can use, they will authorize you. I will not. This is my home and my property. No, I am not.
She's not obstructing. It's her house.
I need a warrant.
It's her land. She owns it.
I'm asking for a warrant with my address on it. Why can you not present that to me?
If you don't stop referring with our address, I will place you under arrest for obstruction.
Why can you not?
Obstruction of what? It's her house. safely, in addition to not assaulting the officers in front of the house.
I do not believe you're allowed to do that on private property without a warrant.
Hands up, now. That's crazy. That's insane. Ready, let's go. We're not going to clear it
A medical call to the front of the address. Please move your protest to the west. We will be conducting a line push. Do not interfere with the officer.
Insane.
We will be conducting a line push to the west. Do not interfere with our officers. If you do so, we may use force.
Pussy ass. I'm not moving. I'm just watching you fucking document crimes that you're committing.
Yeah, ICE entered her property with no warrant, were told to leave, and they refused. They even threatened to arrest her. Shouldn't the small government, don't tread on me, Republican Party be fucking outraged by this kind of stuff? I thought this was all about enforcing the law. Illegal is illegal, right? Unless, of course, you're a backwoods gullible mega sheep that just wants to watch people have their rights violated. And I'm not just talking about some hillbilly in his mobile home. We have actual GOP elected officials that get off watching this stuff.
One of my favorite things to watch on YouTube these days are the court hearings where illegals are in court and ICE shows up to drag them out of court and deport them. I can think of nothing more American today than keeping our streets safer by getting those violent criminals out of the United States of America, and we all have Donald J. Trump to thank for it.
Yeah, that's full-time Congresswoman and part-time mental patient Nancy Mace flicking her bean while watching ICE arrest videos of so-called violent criminals, like a 19-year-old college kid going home for Thanksgiving. Remember, America, this is unfortunately what we voted for in 2024, and it's what we have to vote against in 2026. So please keep paying attention, share videos like this, and comment below. Get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.